Okay, we're going to talk about the written image. Image-based posters versus typographic posters. Images are an interpretive form of language, so this painting by Caravaggio actively engages you as a viewer because that image of Bacchus is staring right at you. If you moved from left to right, it would follow you around the room. It's also suggestive, but it can be direct at the same time. So people of the Baroque era might have understood this more than, say, somebody in 2012. This is about Bacchus. Any image can do this. Now, whether it relates to us or not is another matter, but with this example here, the Oscars, if you've ever been to a movie, you've ever watched TV, been to a theater, seen pictures of them, you would understand this to be, an image of the Oscar award. And what they've done is they've arranged it such that they've elevated its importance. So this image has impact, and then it just says the Oscars and the date at the bottom. So this is an image of something that is pretty important. It's a big event, but they've elevated that by upping the contrast and putting it right in the center of the award, right in the center of the stage, center stage, very important. So an image can have impact and influence your audience. Probably a different audience here. This is for Jack Daniels. If you've ever seen a bottle of Jack Daniels whiskey, you understand it to be whiskey. You know it's sort of an iconic image. And it's placed in this bar, this pool hall, probably a place where you would find Jack Daniels. And the audience here might be, I'm going to guess, probably young males. It also has kind of a comic booky look to it. I don't see sort of older guys who are drinking Jack Daniels responding the same way to this image as maybe a younger audience, and so that's who they're marketing this toward. They've also emphasized that the Jack Daniels bottle is the thing that you should be looking at, and they've reinforced that by probably overstating the word Jack Daniels, or the phrase Jack Daniels, 4 times in this image. Even without the text, though, you understand this to be a pool room with a bottle of Jack Daniels. And if you're into that, then you might think about going out and buying a bottle of Jack. Here's another image-based poster. It's a sad image, and therefore it might convince you to go to California Coastal Cleanup Day. So here they're pulling at our emotions a little bit with this image. And so the function of the image is to get you to respond to the message. So the image and the message should have some sort of correlation. Okay, the other type of poster you're going to find an example for is going to be a typographic poster. And these generally tell you something more than suggest, but not always, and I'll show you an example. But first, written language, think about it. It's an arrangement of words and text that create meaning. Paragraphs, books tell us things. But what this does is we can merge 2 areas of communication, written and visual. And so the visual part in a text-based poster is the design and the writing. So it could be the font choice, and it could be the arrangement, how you've actually placed the words on the page. So here's the example. This is a mystery writers series where mystery writers are talking at this institution in 2006. There's Dan Brown at the top, author of the Da Vinci Code. And it's also about hidden truth. So it's the overarching theme of this talk. What they've done is they've actually hidden the title Hidden Truth ever so slightly by having the phone number, the website, and sort of a subtitle for the event there. It's a very clever typographic poster, but there really aren't any images here. And that's what makes this a typographic poster, is they're relying really on font, words, and then some color fields. Here's another example. This is Kill Bill. If you've ever seen the movie, you know it's a bloody movie. It's about kung fu, and it's about revenge. But this does is it gives you the title, it tells you who's in the movie, and then it also uses a little bit of an image, being the blood splatter. The blood splatter isn't just a flat graphic, it is kind of an image. So this is a combination of both typographic and image-based, and you might find that. And it's okay to list this as an example of typographic because really what's important, what's most in this in the foreground of this image is the font itself. It's the largest element. This is also a parody on the Mark of Zorro. And so even down to the color palette. Notice the color palette is exactly the same, but the Z. The minute I saw this Kill Bill, I thought, Mark of Zorro. See how that K comes from the upper left, moves across where there's a slice, moves down, and then back across again. It's almost a zigzag, just like Zorro's mark. Here's another typographic poster. Thom Yorke of Radiohead. This is where you arrange words that have some sort of association to the image that you're creating with the words. You get it? So the words make up the image, and the words tell you about the image at the same time. So it's both written and interpreted. You can make this very easily. You can take an image, put it on a layer, and either Pixlr or Aviary, and then over top of that, you can type. I made a tutorial on making a typographic poster, and you want to watch that. But basically, you're just tracing the image with words. Here's another one. I don't know what it says, don't speak Italian, but I understand that I know the word Milano means Milan, the city, and the arrangement of those words create an M. No images, just text. They're telling you something, but they're arranging them in a creative and interesting way.